This is Chris the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mr. Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? So I just seen Chazz Witherspoon to be in action October 1st against what's the guy's name? SANDOVAL. I forgot his first name, man. But it's a fight that Chazz should win. I looked at the SANDOVAL guy's resume, and I didn't notice anybody except one fighter, Mario Heredia. Heredia, I know him. He fought Joseph Parker in the World Series of Boxing, and he just fought LaRon Mitchell, undefeated prospect from the Bay Area. He lost to him in a competitive fight. And who else did he fight? Andrei Fedosov. On that fight was televised. But I noticed Heredia. That's the only guy I noticed on this dude's record. He has a record of 9 wins and 10 losses, and I believe 1 draw. So Chazz should get it done. I believe this is his 6th fight back. I believe, don't quote me, but since his loss to Seth Mitchell, and on his comeback, he has fought guys like Mike Marone and Nick Guevis and Corey Phelps and Galen Brown. All those guys have fought and lost to guys like Shannon Briggs. Guevis lost to Jarrell Miller. Trey Lippy Morrison I believe he beat Corey Phelps. So he's fighting those type of guys. So he's doing what he has to do. He is stopping those guys, early stoppages. So he's staying afloat fighting the guys that Briggs and Miller and those type of guys are fighting. So he should get a victory in this fight. Heredia was able to beat SANDOVAL, so I wouldn't see a problem with Chazz beating him. Now after, if Chazz gets this victory, eventually he's going to have a step-up fight. And I wouldn't mind seeing him against another undefeated prospect guy like a Trevor Bryan, Jarrell Miller, maybe the winner out of Morrison and Ed Lattimore, something like that. Adam Konaski. I believe he's going to have to take one of those type of fights. And if he gets past one of those guys, then maybe he can fight a Travis Kaufman or somebody of that ilk, man. But good to see Chazz Witherspoon back, the cousin of Tim Witherspoon. Ironic because I just watched a Tim Witherspoon versus Ray Mercer fight the other day. But yeah, I noticed that Chazz is back. I didn't know he was even back, man. That's crazy. Since that loss to Mitchell, like I said, he had that loss, 2012? And he came back 2014, and he fought some fights in 2015 and won in 16 already, and there's going to be a second fight. So I didn't know he was even back, man. But hopefully he can string another few victories along like this, beat journeyman-level guys, look good in those fights, and then step up maybe against an undefeated prospect, something like that, and, just see what happens, man. If the prospect is able to beat Chazz Witherspoon, they can, have that on their resume. Chazz lost to Tony Thompson and Chris Ariola. I watched that fight. It was on HBO. I believe Andre Berto was the headliner on that fight card. But him and Ariola, they opened up. It was a long time ago, but he just got blitzed in that fight, man. He just couldn't handle the pressure from Ariola. And Chazz is a good fighter. He started boxing late. In college, I believe he picked up boxing just to stay in shape, and then he ended up going to the gym, and one thing led to another. He ended up making it to he was an alternate for the at heavyweight for the USA in 2004. So it's not that bad for somebody that picked up boxing in college. Just when he stepped up, man, he couldn't get the job done against Thompson and Mitchell, who was undefeated at the time, and I believe Ariola. I believe they were both 20-something and 0 when him and Ariola fought. I believe they were both 23 and 0 when they both fought. So he just couldn't get it done, man. But could never count a man out. I guess we'll see what he has. But in order for him to get a fight against somebody that's former contender or somebody that's maybe top 20 of one of these sanctioning bodies, he's going to have to win some more of these little fights that he's taking, man. And then, like I've said, I've repeated a few times in this video, just, fight an undefeated prospect. Just getting it out there, man, trying to show Chazz Witherspoon some love. Let me know what you think in the comment section, man. I'm out.